AU. What up, A-Up, and Vaskadav, familia? Every update, we're treated to some new things, and then somebody asks a question about it, and then somebody always goes, read the patch notes. Why don't people read the patch notes? And yeah, we can all scroll through them joints and immediately forget what we read, so this video is for you. Let's take a look at the features, bugs, and a few things not mentioned in the patch notes in action. Make sure to like, subscribe, and notify like a boss. Gladius got a fresh new HUD. The good folks at Cloud Imperium reconfigured the layout a bit, turned some gauges into numbers, and gave it a clean, efficient look.
Have a pleasant stay.
This is being tested, and we may see this style incorporated into other ships in the future. I like the aesthetic, but still deciding if I dig it overall. How about you? Sometimes calibration won't start when you want. If you can't calibrate, point away from the destination for a bit and then back to it. Occasionally, you might have to respool to get it cracking. The space cops will interdict you to make sure you're not carrying some of those illegal things. You'll notice interdictions happen way too often at times. Make sure to hit the brakes so you can get scanned and move on, or you'll get a crime stat. The Nine Tails pirates will still interdict you too, but you can always just fly past them and keep it moving if you got better things to do than tenderize their holes. Different jurisdictions have different laws, so something that's illegal in one place may not be illegal in another. As you move through the Stanton system, you'll get a notification of what jurisdiction you've entered. Escort beacons have been added in. Previously, your only options were limited to combat assistance and personal transport. You can choose what level a player can accept them and the amount you'll pay them. Unfortunately, the ranking system isn't fully operational yet, so you get who you get. But at least you can hire somebody to watch your back when trading shady cargo in shady places. AI distress beacons that clog up your screen don't auto-cancel anymore, but they're apparently a work in progress, and you'll just end up sitting there watching them fly around a lot of the time. Occasionally they do work though, so accept at your own risk. Good old hover mode, implemented to create realistic behavior and atmosphere. Can you tell hover mode has a long way to go? But it's pretty dope once you get the hang of it, except for at planted hangars. It's just the worst there. They need to kill all that ridiculous acceleration. Here's me with the speed and acceleration limiters all the way down. You'll find yourself on your back more than, well, you know what I mean. Hover mode engages automatically when you dip below a certain altitude on a planet or a moon. An update will give the ability to toggle it on and off, but even then you'll still need it to land unless maybe you can pull off a Top Gun landing. Help should be on the way once SIG has it dialed in. I believe it's more of a problem for HOTAS users. Sticks that aren't brand new out of the box have a tendency to drift or not return exactly to the neutral position. You can straighten out this predicament by adjusting your dead zones. Using this started to click more when I read a post on Reddit about how you're balancing on a column of thrust. It's a really good read, and I have it pinned to the Star Citizen channel in my Discord if you want to check it out and improve your hover game. Lorville lost the train but gained some speed. Instead of 2 trains running through the stations, you'll now find a wall on one side. The remaining train shows up and moves a lot quicker, so no more 200 seconds of standing there waiting while other players teabag and hop in place in your face. Hacking tools, or crypto keys as folks call them. I don't know what the official name is, but now you've got gigantic thumb drives to hack into comm arrays and other computers. Different crypto keys perform differently. Some are legal and slow, others are illegal, fast, and require player input, and others perform somewhere in between. So now if you want to kill your crime stat you picked up for not stopping fast enough at the 3rd consecutive cop interdiction, you'll need a crypto key to use in Korea or any of the other security points that were added in the system. Acceleration limiter. This controls how fast your thrusters, well, how fast they accelerate you, man. The limiter's on the right side for most ships, replacing the hydrogen fuel gauge, which now appears as just a number on the bottom left of your HUD. The exception being the Gladius. You'll find that as a circular gauge on the left. Misfires and degradation. As time goes by and your modules degrade, you'll be more likely to misfire, and eventually you'll want to replace that module. And courtesy of Big Zeke York, you can view how much your module has degraded by looking in the heat, shield, and weapon menus under the items tab. They start at 0, and with use they increase a point at a time. Now you've got optics for your small arm. From 3 times magnification and up, they zoom your whole screen in, which some folks aren't quite happy about, but I'm good with it. Let's just keep it moving instead and come back to it later if it's that big of a deal. Inventory plays a bigger part in trading. You'll now be able to buy or sell as much as a location can afford at a time. No more endless attempts trying different sell amounts. The more you sell, the lower the price gets, so sell as much as you can in one go. When you hit the max a station can purchase from you, you'll have to give them some time before they can purchase a little more from you. Lorville used to give you the biggest profits for drug running, but the new law system has shut down all the traffic in there, so you have to look elsewhere. Grim Hex is still the quick go-to spot to sell the yayo, but that spot might be a little hot because of it, so your best bet's to find one of the new shady illicit goods dealers. Some of them can be found by accepting illegal deliveries. Look for a new drug trading guide from me soon. New elevators, aka Wonkavators, that can go
sideways and slantways and long ways and back ways.
No more hunting for the right elevator, just hop on any of them and you'll get a list of every accessible floor in the station. What happens if 4 people take 4 elevators to the same floor at the same time? Good question. That white text on a white background doesn't really do it for you. Now you can change the color of chat channels. You'll also automatically enter a ship's local chat channel once you're on board, which is a win for everybody since you and your crew will have a private conversation and everybody else doesn't get their chat clogged up with their chit chat. Illegal delivery missions. Now you can deliver human food bars to those exclusive dining clubs and move other illegal contraband around. Again, you can use these missions to find out where to sell all your contraband and stolen goods, you damn thief. They finally swapped out the ugly space Greyhound looking exteriors for some real sci-fi action. There's several different models, but no Deep Space Nine variant. Interior still makes you feel like everybody's waiting on a horrible bus ride, but those will also be swapped out for interiors that match the size and shape of the exterior. Thrusters matter now, people. If you beat the hell out of your ship and lose your main thrusters, you'll be like me and spending a long time trying to reach orbit on maneuvering thrusters only. Lose a thruster, pay the consequences. This can be a pain, but it ramps up the immersion and consequences of careless flying. For some reason, you drop out of quantum travel about 120 kilometers from rest stops now, so you'll have to jump again when you arrive or just ride it out. Repairs and hydrogen fuel is much more expensive these days. Cheaper just to reclaim and expedite, especially since ship upgrades survive through insurance claims. The crew that lands together spawns together. Now both passengers and crew spawn at the locations they all docked at together, instead of just the pilot. I don't really have anything else to say about that. When entering your freshly spawned ship, you'll find that it's already locked, so now if somebody steals your ship, it's really your fault. Free look while carrying a gun is now an option, so if you're storming a location but catch a bad chick out of the corner of your eye, you can catch a gander while running face first into a rock, playboy. Hailing other ships is now in vogue. Where I live, it's illegal to talk on the phone and drive, but hey, you do you. Sometimes you'll encounter random quantum travel obstructions even though there's nothing between you. Respool and you're all good. Or barring that, set your route again. Navigation targets still disappear if you leave the chair in quantum travel, which sucks since it discourages leaving your ship in QT, but you can usually just replot your course once you arrive at the first stop and that'll fix it up. You've also got VoIP improvements, the ability to talk to nearby citizens, so now you can walk around saying, "Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me?" Dig doesn't participate in push-to-talk shenaniganery, so good luck to you. Ship purchasing kiosks are now in game, so since it would take kilometers of real estate to showcase everything physically, you can now just visit a ship dealership and look through the kiosk. Inventories vary per location, so don't expect one dealership to have every ship in the game. The Anvil Ballista. This hotness is your new for taking out light fighters solo or bigger ships when you got a wolf pack of them. The Valkyrie is now ready to act as a FedEx truck. So, 3.6 ladies and germs. Quick personal note about hover mode. A lot of folks claim to be ace VTOL pilots and I don't doubt it. I mean, someone probably lying, but It's not like everybody that are having trouble with it are rare exceptions. Hover mode's a work in progress, but I'm hoping for some vast improvement not too far down the road. To start, I'd like to see some drastically reduced speed inside hangars when you tilt your nose just a centimeter in any direction. Ping-ponging around a hangar with both limiters at 0, not a good look. Shouldn't even be physically possible, but hey, I digest. Very big, special, cozy thanks to all my patrons of the Dig That and Space Sim Arts. Thanks for making the channel sustainable. Shout out to Commander Blackout, to Diedrichs, to the Mother, to Bussa Boy, and to Anthony Jackson. Much love to all my patrons, aka Fam De La Dig That. My name is Dig and that's my time. Fly Dirty Citizens 07.